On September 8, 1966, the iconic actress Goldie Hawn was photographed indulging in a delightful ice cream cone next to her beloved dog. This candid moment captured Hawn in a casual, unguarded setting, showcasing her relatable and down-to-earth personality. It was a rare glimpse into the life of the star during a time when her career was just beginning to shine. The photograph of Warren Beatty putting his arm around actress Natalie Wood at the 1962 Academy Awards is a memorable moment in Hollywood history. Both Beatty and Wood were well-known characters in the film industry, representing the golden age of classic cinema. On that particular night, the atmosphere was packed with excitement and splendor, since the Academy Awards ceremony has long served as a showcase for Hollywood's finest actors and most acclaimed films. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, was often on the move during the height of his career, and travel by train was no exception. In the early 1960s, Elvis was on a whirlwind tour, promoting both his music and burgeoning movie career. A moment captured on film during one of these trips reveals Presley in a relaxed yet poised state, indicative of his offstage persona. The photograph, circa 1960, serves as a nostalgic reminder of a time when train travel was still a glamorous and preferred mode of transportation for many celebrities. Backstage at the Hollywood Bowl on August 23, 1964, the atmosphere was electric. The Beatles were about to perform one of their most anticipated concerts of the year, and the excitement was palpable. As the Fab Four prepared for their set, Paul McCartney took a moment to autograph a Beatles book for a lucky fan. This seemingly small gesture highlighted the incredible phenomenon of Beatlemania that swept the world during the 1960s. Fans clamored for a piece of their idols, whether it was a signed album, a photo, or simply a chance to see them perform live. The tranquility of the picture contrasts strongly with the frenzy of her public existence. Bardot's triumph had catapulted her to international celebrity, making her a media fixture and a frequent target of criticism. However, behind the camera and away from the spotlight, she frequently sought relief from the constant pressures of fame. The backseat of her limousine became a haven, a place where she could temporarily escape prying eyes and reestablish a sense of normalcy. Clint Eastwood, the legendary actor and filmmaker known for his stoic demeanor and rugged charm, sits comfortably behind the wheel of a pristine Cadillac. Beside him, his wife Maggie Johnson exudes an air of timeless elegance. The year is circa 1960, a time when Eastwood was still carving out his place in Hollywood, yet to become the iconic figure he is today. At the 1963 film premiere of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, Hollywood glittered with stars. But among them, Janet Leigh and her husband Robert Brandt drew considerable attention. Leigh, renowned for her iconic role in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, was a vision of elegance and poise, signifying her versatile capability as an actress in various genres of cinema. The event itself was a significant cultural moment, marking the debut of a film that would go down in history as one of the most enduring and beloved comedies of its time. In the mid-1960s, Jane Birkin rose to prominence in the entertainment sector, particularly in British and French cinema. Her beautiful features and easy charm embodied the spirit of youthful defiance and bohemian grace. This contradiction is encapsulated by a shot from circa 1964 in which she poses next to a bird cage. The bird cage, which is frequently associated with restraint and a lack of freedom, stands in stark contrast to Birkin's free-spirited character. Their journey aboard the yacht was emblematic of their desire for privacy amidst the omnipresent scrutiny they faced. Elizabeth Taylor, with her mesmerizing violet eyes and unrivaled glamour, and Richard Burton, with his commanding presence and thespian prowess, were perpetually under the lens of paparazzi and journalists. The yacht, gliding over the serene waters, offered them a rare sanctuary where they could momentarily shed their public personas and simply be with each other. Joan Collins, already a celebrated star by this time, with her captivating beauty and commanding screen presence, was no stranger to such high society gatherings. Dressed in an exquisite gown that perfectly complemented her features, she exuded confidence and poise. Her career was dazzling, having starred in numerous films and television shows, and her presence at any event was always a highlight. Meanwhile, Anthony Newley, a multifaceted performer known for his unique voice and songwriting brilliance, matched her elegance with his dapper attire and charismatic demeanor. Newman's passion for tennis was well known among his friends and colleagues. Often seen courtside, He treated the sport not just as a leisure activity, but as a necessary escape from the rigors of Hollywood's demanding schedule. His athleticism and keen sense of competition were evident as he dashed across the court, his steely blue eyes focused on the ball. Those who played with him knew that beneath the easygoing demeanor lay a tenacious competitor who relished the thrill of the game. Twiggy's arrival would have inevitably drawn a crowd, as she was not only a muse to photographers and designers, but also a beloved figure in popular culture. Her influence extended beyond the catwalk and glossy magazine covers to television appearances, movies, and even her own fashion line. As she navigated her way through throngs of admirers and flashing cameras, her aura of nonchalance and accessibility was a stark contrast to the untouchable glamour of earlier fashion icons. The elegance and charisma of Sean Connery were on full display as he arrived at the film premiere on that memorable evening of May 24, 1965. The air was electric with anticipation as fans and photographers alike eagerly awaited a glimpse of the man who had brought the iconic character of James Bond to life. Connery, dressed in a sharp, tailored suit, exuded an effortless charm that had quickly made him one of Hollywood's most beloved actors. Paul McCartney, seated in the recording studio during the production of Yellow Submarine on February 1, 1968, was deeply immersed in the creative process. The studio, buzzing with the energy of the Beatles' innovative spirit, was a space where imagination and musical prowess converged. McCartney, ever the perfectionist, was meticulously fine-tuning the tracks, ensuring that every note and harmony met his exacting standards. The ambiance was one of both urgency and excitement, with the band working against the clock to meet production deadlines, while also striving to push the boundaries of contemporary music. In 1962, Sandra Dee epitomized the ideal of youthful innocence and radiant charm that defined much of the early 1960s in American cinema. Her career, which had started earnestly in the late 1950s, quickly ascended as she became a darling of the silver screen. The year in question was particularly momentous for Dee, as it saw the release of several films that showcased her versatility and magnetic appeal. Lucille Ball, one of the most iconic figures in the history of American television, marked a significant milestone in 1967 when she cut the ribbon at the ceremony, celebrating the acquisition of her production company, Desilu Productions. This moment was not just a ceremonial event, but a testament to her indomitable spirit and business acumen. Desilu Productions, founded by Ball and her then-husband Desi Arnaz in 1950, was instrumental in creating some of the most beloved television programs of the era, including I Love Lucy, The Untouchables, and Star Trek. Rock Hudson and Doris Day, two of the brightest stars of the golden age of Hollywood, were known for their incredible on-screen chemistry and enduring friendship off-screen. Their iconic partnership, particularly in romantic comedies like Pillow Talk, 1959, and Lover Come Back, 1961, captivated audiences and solidified their status as beloved figures in American cinema.